The G7 summit has officially begun. While the seven leaders hold diplomatic talks, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is all set to join the event virtually. The talks are scheduled for the 12th and 13th of June. Now, this is the second time that the Indian Prime Minister will be participating in the G7 meet.
The summit of the G7 industrial countries held in the United Kingdom. In the context of post-COVID-19 era, the summit promises to be a definitive moment in the political evolution of the Western countries as a group of nations. Apart from this, the summit also sees the digital participation of Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. For India, G7 summit is going to be an opportunity to expand the global dimension of India's growing partnership with US and Europe. Thus, the summit can emerge as an important step towards a new global compact between India and the West. What is the background of the G7? The Group of Seven, G7, is an informal group of seven countries, namely the United States, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, and the United Kingdom, the heads of which hold an annual summit with European Union and other invitees. Together, the member countries represent 40% of global GDP and 10% of the world's population. Unlike other bodies such as NATO, the G7 has no legal existence, permanent secretariat, or official members. It also has no binding impact on the policy, and all decisions and commitments made at the G7 meetings need to be ratified independently by governing bodies of member states. The G7 draws its roots from a meeting between the current G7 members, excluding Canada, that took place in 1975. At the time, the global economy was in state of recession due to the OPEC oil embargo. As the energy crisis was escalating, US Treasury Secretary George decided that it would be beneficial for the large players on the world stage to coordinate with each other on macroeconomic initiatives. After the first summit, the countries agreed to meet annually, and a year later, Canada was invited into the group, which marked the official formation of the G7 as we know it. The President of the European Commission was asked to join the meeting in 1977, and following the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991 and a subsequent thaw in relations between the East and the West, Russia was also involved to join the group in 1998. Therefore, the group was named the G8 until 2014, when Russia was expelled for its annexation of Crimea from Ukraine. Significance of G7 summit for India. Number 1. America First to America is back. Former US President Donald Trump's America First policies weakened the US hegemony. Now, US President Joe Biden is determined to strengthen US alliances and draw India into a new global architecture. Number 2. Need for a strong G7 coalition. The need for the reinvigoration of G7 emanates from the challenges put forward by the increasingly aggressive China, the urgency of mitigating climate change, and the constructive policy of the post-pandemic international order. These challenges are generating an unprecedented convergence between the interests of India and the West. Number 3. G7 to G11. Not a long time ago, former US President Donald Trump announced that G7 of the world's most developed nations was outdated and proposed to expand it. Now, the move to invite India, Australia, South Africa, and South Korea to this can be seen as a possible step onwards upgradation of G7 to G11. The idea of a G7 can also emerge as a global democratic coalition, and India is at the very heart of this narrative. Further, the proposed G11 grouping would recognize India's place amongst the world's richest nations and acknowledge its global voice. Number 4. Countering China. India now can't escape the conclusion that China is the greatest obstacle to India's global aspirations, thus forming a Western pivot which includes strong bilateral strategic cooperation with the US, France, UK, EU, as well as the Quad can help India counter China. India is also eager to emerge as a critical node in future supply chains oriented to the democratic world, including in the area of vaccine production as well. Associated challenges with G7 and India. Number 1. Clash of interest. The growing convergence of interest between India and the West does not mean the two sides will agree on everything. Number 2. Emerging new Cold War. Despite its border tension with China, India must also consider it objective in attending a grouping that appears aimed at fueling a new Cold War between the US and China. As far as the conclusion is concerned, as India continues to strengthen its partnerships in Asia and the global South, a more productive partnership with the West helps secure a global array of India's national interest and adds a new depth to India's international relations. However, this would require sustained negotiations on converting shared interests, on reforming the global economic order, mitigating climate change, promoting greener growth, making the world immune to future pandemics, and constructing trusted supply chains into concrete outcomes. Thank you.